Hear me now. More fire.
Yeah! Miss you. Long time no see.
Hey, long time no see. So Super Wednesday Live here with Armando. Thank you so much for joining us this time.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
We have a special guest, brother, sister duo.
Legend duo.
Legend duo. Because I'm like, I'm missing
They're
an
like, they're already legends. Come on.
Yes. And they're like teenagers. Well, maybe not. Maybe they're not teenagers anymore.
They were
maybe,
at some point. They were at some point, but
when they started, they were.
They're already legends. You know that. You know, there's so many.
I know.
There's so many stories about them.
Did you see them? They were on the Oscars or Grammy. We'll talk about it. But they were wearing red. I saw them. I was like, yes, I know them. I was touching them through my screen.
Like
anyways, to no further ado, please welcome Junior and Emily.
Hi.
Hermanitos.
I know.
Guys, look at those faces. It's been way too long. Seriously.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I have to, you guys already know, but I stalk the poo-poo out of both of you. You guys already know that. Like, I'm always like, what's going on? And what's going on? What's the house? And where's the dog? And where's the cat? Where are you? So I love Junior and Emily. So welcome, and thank you guys so much for taking time out to be with us here today. I know you guys are super duper 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 busy, and we'll get to telling Armando what he missed, because apparently he didn't see you on TV.
Yeah, you know, we don't have that broadcast here in Mexico, so I only saw the post on Instagram and all this.
Oh, well, you know what? That's a very good reason. Pero permito. That was a very good reason. So, Junior and Emily, welcome. And I just want to get a background as to what have you guys been doing since COVID? What?
You want to start off?
Go ahead. Yeah, well, first off, it's so good to see you guys. Thank you so much for having us. It's been such an incredible time, honestly. We've been focusing on lots of incredible projects. Junior and I, we decided during the pandemic that we were going to go full force, just like dive into Hollywood entertainment and just do it full out. And, you know, that meant sacrificing traveling weekend and then going to different events. But, you know, we've always had this dream to put salsa dancing and, you know, the Latin community on the worldwide map. And so we are just determined, we're committed to that goal. And we've just been working our tails off just doing that. And so, yeah, so it's good to be talking to you guys. And yeah. So, Junior,
that was great. I don't know what else to say. Thank you again for having us. And yeah, we just, you know, we've been in the scene for a long time, and you know, we've kind of come from not much, and the opportunities that we've gotten through salsa and dance has been unbelievable, and we want to continue to pay that forward. So. That's 100%. What it tells us to keep going.
Okay, well, so let's talk about where you guys came from, because, I mean, again, I've known you guys since you guys were teenagers. Both of you were teenagers when I met you. Palm Springs, I'm sure you guys remember. There was a competition. Armando, I don't think you were there. There was a competition. These two, they had a misconnect. They did, and they still won, because we could not believe the talent that we just witnessed with our own eyes. The energy, the excitement, the turns, the spins, the speed, it was phenomenal. We were so in awe.
I think that from the first time that they started traveling, because when I met them in Mexico. Like a long time ago. They traveled to Mexico for that event. And everybody, like, from what age, how old were you guys when you started traveling abroad from the U.S.?
I would say our first. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think. Well, we went to our first international trip. I was like 14.
I think that was 03, I think, after San Francisco. After we won our first pro championship, which was in San Francisco.
We actually go with Ava, and then as Junior and Emily, we started traveling. Maybe I was like 15.
Well, from that first time, I know that the world fell in love with you guys. Like, it was such an amazing show that you always put on. And being so young, being that energy that you guys had on stage, and that amazing also representation about the Latin culture, and both your that heritage that you have, not only of the Latin world but from the U.S., from Asia. I remember that you representing also in the World Championships, both Korea and USA and El Salvador, right? I think.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, it was like that amazing mix of everything. Just like, you couldn't not make it up,
Yeah,
it was
Armando,
there.
Armando, it's a true story. The first time I heard Emily speak Spanish, my mouth dropped. I could not. I was like, wait, what? She speaks Spanish? True story.
My Spanish is much better now. Yeah.
The amazing thing is that you represent that, you represent a lot, the culture. And even though you're doing so many amazing things that I know we're going to talk about that a little bit later, what that you're doing in Hollywood and entertainment, but you really represent the true identity of Latinos, this salsa music. I love that you're somehow a little bit going back to the roots of what actually started your career in entertainment. And now I see all the posts that you do on your social media, about that appreciation and love to Latin music, and the true salsa, and it's amazing because it speaks of how you have this broad things to offer to everybody.
So do tell us, Junior or Emily, how did you guys get started? Your parents made you, or how did it really, really start? Tell us a story.
Well, it started, I believe, in about 1999 or 2000. We were young little kids from the streets from San Francisco, Daly City. And my dad was actually taking salsa classes at the time with Ava Apple, which our amazing teacher that showed us how to be professional, showed us everything. And we're just super thankful to have somebody like that that kind of guided us through a professional career. So we've had like a lot of great support throughout the years. And especially when we were younger, we definitely needed that support. I used to get into a lot of trouble very, very young. I was always on the streets, kind of just getting into trouble. And my father saw that, and he kind of was like, I don't want you to get in trouble anymore. So you're going to come to class with me, and Emily's going to come to class with me. And you guys are going to dance, even though you guys don't want to dance. And so, it was a little a back and forth hate and love relationship. I would say hate for the first 2 years going to class.
2 years?
Yeah.
You don't want to leave the house. I don't want to go to class. I'll wash the dishes, take out the garbage. I'll do anything. I don't want to go to class. I don't want to go to class. But yeah, now we're super thankful. It's been a crazy journey. So
back then, when you guys were really starting, after the 2 years when you actually wanted to go to class, what was it then? Just because you really liked it? Did you want to be world champions like you are? Or, how did it get to where you guys are, Junior and Emily?
I think once we allowed ourselves to be present and open up to this idea of learning dance, and like Junior said, we were in an environment where we were just showed so much love and support, and people were cheering us on. And I feel like it was the first time in our life that Junior and I were like, oh, we actually might be good at something. And I think just that energy really opened up the space for us to be creative, to be ourselves, to try something without being judged or criticized. And you guys have been in the scene as long as we have, right? And there was a time where it was just like everybody was just so full of love, so full of energy, so much support on the creative side, right? And it was all passion back then. It wasn't technique focused. It was just a good time. And I think that's what kind of opened it up for us a little bit.
Definitely. And like everything kind of snowballed and happened by accident. It wasn't like we started and we're like, oh my God, I love this and I want to freaking travel the world. These weren't even options. They weren't even planted in our head. We were going to class from the streets. I mean, just doing dumb stuff on the streets and then being in class, young kids with all these adults, right? Where all of our friends are partying or doing whatever they're doing at that young age. I mean, I got my name Junior because I was young when I was like the only young kid in the class while we're with obviously with my sister who was younger, but with all these adults. Like it was not like now they have congresses and stuff. Back then it was unheard of. And so I think like just as we started to do it more and more, this little world started to open up. Like, oh wow, they're like, wow, that's kind of cool. Oh wait, they're like gonna perform. Oh, what's that about? Oh wow, there's people cheering for them. Oh wow, you could travel. Oh wow, you can make a career. Oh, like it was just more and more. And like I said, we had some amazing guidance throughout our career. I mean, even people like Armando that was there when we were back then, man, little kids in Mexico. Like he would, always give us that support. Brenda, you always gave us that support. You would see us. It was like that light and all of that stuff gives us that great feeling to keep moving forward and like, and I think that's what's so important, in the scene is giving that support to the younger generation. And because, as you go throughout your career, it's not easy. You're going to go through a lot of pitfalls. You're going to go through a lot of things that are going to obstacles, things that are going to hold you back, things that are not going to go your way. But having people always in your corner, supporting you, smiling at you, telling you this is the right way, also trial and error, I know back, in the beginning of our career, because I kind of brought the streets to the congresses, it kind of almost ruined our career, like I had to really, take a second and thank God I had my sister there to be like my support and be like, no, like, look what we have, we could do this. Stop fucking around, or sorry for cussing, but stop messing around, And
so you're talking about your blonde hair, right?
That era.
I think Armando knows something.
Oh my gosh.
His Colombian face.
It's been a journey, but a great one because of those experiences, we're like that much stronger and that much more clear on the things that we want, and just like unmessable with. I don't know, like just we've been through a lot and we have also been on the other side, and just seeing that light and seeing this dark and just wanting to continue to be here in the light. I mean, that's our our path. So
and now that you talk about that, and that having the career that you guys had, that is not. I mean, it's been some years, and you've been from I'm sure that you've been to all the continents in the world. You've traveled to so many places, and now there's a lot of new generations that are there, and also some people like competition, some people don't like that much competition, but of course that brings a lot of interest from young dancers and people to come into this scene, because sometimes in the US, kind of like a lot of people started dance because they started to go out and they see this like a much more of a hobby and stuff like that. But younger people kind of like start going now to the scene because they like competition, and they're also kind of like, they say, oh wow, you know, I can be that, I can be a world champion. So what, now that you said that, you know, you've been to your lows, highs and lows, what is one tip that you give, a word of advice to the younger generation that want to succeed in this world, in this you know, in the salsa dance world?
Emily, you want to go, or you? I mean,
I know it's tough, but you know, go ahead.
Go ahead, Junior. Go ahead. Junior.
Okay. Well, definitely, it's key is focus. Like, you really need to know what you want. Like, I think one of the biggest issues in, or at least in our experience, is when we've really excelled in our career, it's been when we had a very, very clear focus on what we wanted. It wasn't like we want to be champions, or we want to, that was one, we wanted to be champions, we want to have this as a career. Like, what does that mean? Okay, we want to make this amount of money, we want to be able to travel this X amount of times per year. You know, we like just very clear on what we want. You know, if we wanted, when we were working towards to be champions, man, that was like all day, every day rehearsing. There was nothing else. That was it. This is what we need to do to win. So we got to buckle up, sacrifice, and really hit it hard, you know? And so I think a lot of times we lose focus, or it's very generalized. And that's why we kind of titter-tatter through the years, not really getting to where we want quick enough, because it's not laser focused, you know? So I would say focus on what you really want, and know why you want it. You know, I think that's very important as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was going to say that was really great. And I think that's definitely helped us have a career in this. But I think that it's also really important to understand that, like, anything we want to achieve in life, anything, it's possible. I really mean that. The reason why things don't turn out a lot of times for people is because they get off the path, right? You have to be relentless. You have to stick to it, because it's inevitable for it not to turn out if you keep consistently working towards something, pushing through, giving it your all, being focused, like Junior says, having discipline, being committed, having a strong why, so that when you do have breakdowns, because you'll have plenty of those, you'll be able to get back up and continue on this path, and it will happen. The problem is that, you know, we want to put in a little bit of effort, right? When we feel good and we're hyped up and we're motivated, and then it's like something happens and it's like, okay, you know, we almost like get off because we're not we basically get like thrown off, and then we don't have a strong enough why or commitment or discipline to get back up and to keep going. So I just think that it's really important to understand and have that in the back of your mind, that anything you want to do in this life, you can do it. You can totally.
Definitely.
And I think not that I think, we are committed to being examples of that, you know, coming from where we come from, right? Like, am I told to say hi?
We're going to take a real quick break with some of our advertisers, or whatever they're called, and I can't remember. And we'll be right back with Junior and Emily. Don't go away. We'll see you right back here.
Ya estoy en zona, tranquilo que ya llegué. Dice, vamos allá. Estoy en zona, tranquilo que ya llegué. Repítelo. Y como vengo. Estoy en zona, tranquilo que ya llegué. Ya se comenta en el barrio, existe preocupación de que no estoy en escena. Dejen el chisme, por Dios.
All right. Oh my God, it's
Yeah, I saw you in the video.
I know. So, guys, are you excited for Vegas or what?
Yes.
What?
Very excited.
We're so excited.
I wasn't able to go, so I missed it. I missed it.
Yeah, Junior didn't miss it. Man, Vegas is its own thing. It's like it's its own thing.
So 2 years ago, correct me if I'm wrong, but Junior, you missed it. I don't know, you broke your leg or something, right?
Yeah, basically my ligament like just stretched out, so I couldn't walk. Like my legs were like my from my knee all the way down. It was just like
it was right after ADP.
After 8 months.
The overworking.
Yeah, so honestly, that was like a wake up call. It was just a wake up call. I appreciated everything, like in terms of dancing. You just don't know how much you love something and appreciate it until it's gone. I mean, even walking, I couldn't walk, and I was so appreciative to just be able to walk. And when I was able to dance again, it was just ecstasy.
Well, it's like the same thing with the pandemic. Like the pandemic took away from us. All these people, the congresses, the ability to dance with so many people. It's just to appreciate it more, no. And now that I've been also traveling to congresses, like people are just eager to have that experience one more time.
That human interaction, it feels so good. It feels
because we're meant to have interaction. Like we're meant to be with other people.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Which brings me to my next question that Armando hates when I ask.
Yes, I do it.
But I'm just going to do it really quick right here and then just move on.
Auntie Brenda's going to ask something.
Auntie Brenda. They'll answer me. They know me. So, relationship status. Emily, I'll answer for you. She's taken. Junior.
I haven't found the right one yet.
Okay, cool. So, girls, Vegas, Junior, single, hint, hint. Okay, moving on. So, talking about COVID, what specifically did you guys do? Because if you don't know, Armando learned how to cook. Did you guys? Yes.
Yeah, I might have to earn a living somehow.
So any new hobbies during COVID? Anything new, different?
I would say I would say I would say we really sat down and really, like I said, refocused what we wanted to do for the rest of our career.
So what is it?
Acting.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the time that we were forced to just like stop and just say, okay, what do we really want to do with our lives? And then it was like refocus, and they got super clear. And so it was like entertainment, Hollywood, opportunities that present themselves, like the Oscars, where Junior and I are still, dancing and doing things together, but it's also acting. And so that was a huge eye-opening. And I think it all went back to self-care. For the first time in our lives, we were forced to do some self-care stuff and really bring it back to ourselves, right? Fill our cup in order to overflow into the world. And that was it was much needed break, I think. For us.
What projects are you on right now? For all the people to know, what are your current projects right now on TV entertainment
that you can talk about?
I know you can talk now. Yeah.
Okay.
I know that you are on.
Yeah, go ahead, Emily. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, no. So I just wrapped up The Rookie. That's on ABC. I just wrapped up on Magnum PI. Unfortunately, it got canceled for season 5. But I have a couple projects that are on hold right now. I can't really talk about, but that are moving into production hopefully very soon. And so Junior and I just did the Oscars. We also had a little feature on Hulu, which was really freaking cool. They like basically highlighted one of our dancing. So yeah, and then Junior's been up to like a lot.
I had the theatrical release about like a month ago. So I was in a movie. It was in the theaters in LA about a month ago. It's called Four Horsemen Apocalypse. And I'm talking Portuguese in it, so had to get I had a coach and everything. And yeah, I have a screenplay that I'm finished, and so we'll see where that goes. Yeah, I did a short film, I don't know, about 4 months ago, and so just hitting the acting hard and the writing hard, and like I said, we're just super focused on the things that are important to us and just attacking it every day.
Yeah, but are you're still doing like 2 or 3 congresses a year? Maybe are you planning to
kind of
squeeze it somewhere there?
I'm going to Canada tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah. We literally said it. We're literally doing like 2-3 events.
Yeah,
it's because we love them so much.
Maybe that with that time ahead that you could do before that you can just throughout the year. But then okay, so maybe my I'm not shooting anything right now, so I'm gonna have like I don't know 4 weeks break. Okay, maybe we can do this or that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's it's amazing that you are still kind of like you're not leaving us, you're not giving
you guys ever. You guys are always like the salsa world, Latin world is always going to be a part of us. Always, we'll never.
I love that you're representing that. I
definitely
love representing that.
And I think, and also like Junior and I talked about it. Like it's important to also like always be up on our game still, right? Because when opportunities come through, like literally the Oscars, we got the call and we're like, hell yeah, like of course let's do it. And to be able to do what we love so much, I mean, unfortunately the camera work, you weren't able to really see us, but
at the end,
so yeah, just be prepared for like a lot of anything that comes our way, basically. So.
And again, those opportunities wouldn't have come from if salsa didn't give us that. I mean, that's the whole thing about it. Like
our entire life. Like what I mean by that is we would not be where we currently are if it wasn't for everything that it's given us, all the tools of being. The discipline, the hard work, the competitions, the people, the community that we've met, how to be social, and it's just everything goes back to that, and we're so grateful. And we love the community, we love it so much.
So I have to ask really quick, the creativity, the things that you guys do, the speed of your spins, lifting up your leg and still spinning her, I don't know, you guys have crazy dreams or something? You saw it? I mean, where does that come from?
I think we balance each other out because I don't know, I just have a bunch of ideas and then my sister could just do the ideas, so it's all good.
Like, hey, let's do like some knee spins. Like, how about you spin on your knee? And I was like, here, I cannot spin on your knee. You're crazy. And so it got to the point where literally now it's like there's no idea that's stupid.
I mean, yeah, and no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the funny story, and that came about like by accident because I'm like, all right, I'm telling you, man, we're gonna do this, and that's it. I'm telling you. I would get fighted. We would fight over it. No, I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do it. Finally, got her to do it. We would go to events. Oh my God, that was so cool! And so that happened. I don't know, 2 or 3 routines before she was like, all right, I just shut up.
I'm not gonna fight you on it anymore.
But trial and error.
You know what though? One thing I like, a piece of advice for dancers that want to pursue dance full time is don't be afraid to fail and to look stupid and to try things. That's the only way that you're going to be able to develop and to evolve and to grow and to stand out. One thing about Junior and I is yeah, maybe, you know, we weren't, you know, we weren't the cleanest couple, you know, but that was because nobody taught us a lot of the things that we were creating. We went into the studio, had an idea, had to figure it out and create it. And so, you know, but I also think that that's the very thing that made us stand apart from the rest, right? And so we encourage people to just be creative and to just have fun. Have fun. This is supposed to be fun.
And also listen to yourself. Like, I feel like even throughout, I think our career could have made a drastic turn in the opposite direction, because when we started to win things, there was a lot of people that we looked up to that were telling us that that wasn't the way to do it, and you got to do it this way. But you know what? We were relentless with the vision that we had. We're like, no, this is how we interpret salsa. This is how we love to do it. This is the vision that we have for this, that just lights us up and excites us. And because we followed that, it made us stand out in our career in salsa. And that's how we were able to get a lot of the break into the commercial industry, you know, because it was so different than the traditional, and it was just something different. And I think
unique. It was something unique.
Yes.
And I think bringing stuff unique to the table is what's going to help you stand out and make your goals and dreams within your career come to life and quicker, you know, because I think there's a lot of people that are scared. They have these amazing ideas, but they're scared because they don't want to get criticized. But I'm gonna tell you, the more higher you excel, the more you're gonna get criticized. And those criticized, they're like a deeper criticism. It's like people are gonna either love you or hate you. It's not like this in between. So get used to the criticism. It's always gonna be there. So you might as well do what you love and get criticized.
Yeah, I always tell everybody, I'm like, the world needs you. Like,
exactly.
Literally, the world needs you. Like, God has given each of us unique talents and abilities. So we need to let that shine. We need to trust ourselves, and we need to just embrace that uniqueness, like you said, Armando. Like, we can't be another whoever else we're trying to be.
I mean, you guys remember the salsa scene back in the day when it really started to take off, like for the first time. I mean, you had like Alan Eady, Santo Rico, like you had all of these different amazing freaking performances and artists, but they were so different. But either one could pull the show. Either one. It was like, you know, Caribbean soul. I mean, the list goes on. Like, just incredible artists, and everybody was so different. You know.
Yes.
So.
Yes. We have to start wrapping it up, but I do have to ask. You guys will be we have a panel of judges, but you guys will be our judges at our Ultimate Land Dance competition. Judging, is that hard? Is it difficult? Do you love it? Or is it something that you're passionate about?
I think we're grateful for the opportunity to kind of share our knowledge sometimes with the competitors when they come up and ask for our input, and we get to see what's currently out there, and it feels good to be able to help the current hungry dancer competitors. But yeah, I think the only thing that I would say to everybody is to have fun on that stage, and like, the work is done, let your heart shine and just give it all you got. That's what we like to see.
Definitely. Yes. I think we've been on both sides of the table. So we've been a competitor and we've been a judge. So we definitely have a different appreciation for judging and competing. You know, like my sister said, we love that part of it. You know, the judging is, you know, something else. We do it because, you know, we also want the community to you know, we just want to give back to the community, the salsa community. But it's a love and hate, definitely.
Well, I think it's important is the fact that people respect you so much, and they're just so honored to have been in your presence and to have your critique in, you know, in their performance, in their competition routines. So just kind of, you know, like, we're just so honored that you guys are here to, you know, be with us during Vegas and whatnot. What is your favorite thing about the Las Vegas Salsa Super Congress?
Man, my favorite thing is just the energy, like being in that social dance room and just having everybody just be so happy to be there and to be so in love with the music and to just be sweating, and it's a vibe. It's like its own thing. I love it.
It's home.
Huh?
It's home, you know.
It's home.
Yeah, it's special. Yeah.
It looks special. I'm super excited to be able to go. But from when I saw in the video, yes, definitely, it looks crazy.
Be ready. Be ready.
Yeah, Junior, Emily had enough good time for the both of you. Don't worry.
Exactly.
All right. With that, you guys, I thank you so much for being with us. Everybody remember, Las Vegas Super Congress, Junior and Emily will be there. Armando will be our host. I'll be there at the registration desk taking care of all of your needs. Anything else that you guys need, www.mysalsacongress.com. We'll see you guys in Vegas.
See you in Vegas.
Dale vuelta y bailalo a mi